All right, so hello again. My name is Isaac Miller. This is my second visit, following up from my previous seminar. So today we're going to talk about a lot of good things. However, I'm going to start off this way. No one present here today, including me, likes to face the reality of the uncertainty of life possibilities, because life is truly unpredictable, is it not? If your life's journey ended today, would you be overwhelmingly satisfied with how far you have traveled in your life? Either one of us in here today, anyone in here today that's present, could die in 2 minutes, 2 hours, 2 months, or 2 years. Not to be harsh, but that's the reality. Would you be overwhelmingly satisfied with how far you've traveled in your life? Wherever you currently are, in your mind, emotionally, spiritually, you have personally taken yourself on that journey. Would you be satisfied with that? Have you captured your dreams? Are you making the money that you want to make? Are you becoming the father that you want to be? Or the wife, or the friend, or the worker? Are you in the same place that you were 2 months ago? Have you grown? In fact, why did you even get up today? Are you just existing? These are some things that you need to ask yourself. So under today's theme, the art of sowing, we're going to really highlight remodeling the mind and a theory called the limelight spot effect, and how we're going to apply it to our personal lives so that we can improve our work performance. In addition to improving our work performance, improving our personal value. Because we don't often think about that. What if my journey ended today? You know, this is your Super Bowl. This is not practice. You're not, people try to guarantee their next moments. Well, I'll start next week, but you need to start today. So imagine, if you will, I want you to pick a destination in your head. You're getting ready to take a family trip. Pick your favorite destination, put it in your head. So you're traveling on this road trip. All your loved ones are there. You have the aunts and uncles. Some people you don't like, some people you do like. You have all those people there. You're on your destination. You want to make your destination before 8 a.m. It's currently 10 p.m. Suddenly, in your rearview mirror, you see flashing lights. It's the police officer. Police officer pulls you over. You're the driver. He says, hey, you're doing 75 in a 50. Now, you're aware the speed limit was 50, but you wasn't aware that it was 50, but you wasn't aware that it had changed. It went from 75 rather back down to 50. So the officer said, why are you speeding? He said, hey man, I'm trying to make my destination. You tell the officer where you're trying to go. The officer gives you a ticket. Not only that, you find out you've been traveling in the wrong direction. You're actually 6 hours out of the way. How would it make you feel? You wouldn't like that. Say, this is going to make my insurance go up, and I'm 6 hours out of the way. My question to you is, what if you've been traveling in the wrong direction with your life? How you view adversities dictates the things that you do. What if it's a good thing that the officer pulled you over? See, sometimes life pulls us over by saying, hey, I'm not making the money I want. Hey, I'm not feeling fulfilled. You have to listen to those things. See, no matter where we currently are in our minds or what we've done, it can always be reversed. What if the officers didn't pull you over and you went 12 hours out of the way? See, we have to change up our perspective. So wherever you currently are in your life today, say, okay, from this point moving forward, I have to remodel my mind because my steps aren't guaranteed. I can't guarantee my next step. So what am I going to do today moving forward that's going to help me to manifest my abilities? See, last time I was here, just to recap a little bit, we talked about geniuses. So I just want to get a volunteer. Someone tell me, what is your definition of a genius? Anyone?
Smart person, 45 IQ.
145 IQ.
You said a 45?
100.
Oh, okay. I don't know about that.
Einstein's IQ, I think, was only 45.
Okay.
That's it?
I think so.
A genius can be determined by quantifying algorithms and testing of their mental capabilities, but
They work at the Apple
It
store.
also
Oh, yeah,
puts it
there's
in
a
a
bunch
box.
of them there.
There are geniuses that think
Genius
outside
fire.
the box, that don't test high because they have an abstract mind and they come up with wonderful ideas. So genius is a person who aspires to be more, do more.
All of that is correct. Notice some of these definitions of a genius. One of them, somebody who has a high IQ over 140. Another, a genius that excels in any particular art, whether it be singing, writing, dancing, science, anyone that has some type of license, that aptitude to their faculties. So when you look at it from that perspective, everyone is a genius. Last time I talked about that everyone has unlimited subconscious mind storage space. See, God didn't give Reese more than the other person. Everyone has the same amount of storage space. This stuff is true.
I don't know.
Neurons, synapses, and all of that. So if you don't see yourself as a genius or even being capable of doing anything great, you cannot manifest that into reality. You can only become how you see yourself. So remember I said last time, it doesn't matter about all the sales stuff and all these processes. If you don't believe in yourself, none of that matters. None of it that really matters. So again, everyone in here is a genius. Everyone. Let me ask you this question. Would you want someone who is very close to you, one of your loved ones, to follow your example in life to success? Do you think they could do that? You don't have to answer that. So if you can't answer, say, hey, anyone can use my life to achieve success. Would you want the person that you love the most to follow your example? See, the fact, if you answer within yourself, no, don't follow my example, that's telling you, hey, the officer's pulling you over. Hey, you're doing something wrong. Last time I was here, I was phenomenal times 17. Today I'm on 77. So remember, I said that's my personal thing that I symbolically to symbolize that I'm getting better every day. Do you know the same stuff that you knew yesterday? Have you learned more about your business? The truth is incontrovertible. What do your results show? See, sometimes, and I have to check myself, we fall prey to not wanting to see what's actually being reflected, because no one likes to accept the truth. However, if we can teach ourselves to do that, we can get better. So, in other words, what does my mindset show? What does my results show? Am I getting better, but then my numbers say something else? Well, not just the numbers. The biggest issue is that we didn't fix how we perceive the information. So what does the results show? When you look at your personal life, are you getting better? And if you're not, then that's okay, because today we're going to talk about those things. Just to ask a question to some people, who in here feels like they struggle with motivation? I think everyone does. But why is that? Why is that? Why would someone struggle with motivation? See, when we struggle with motivation, we don't know our emotional whys. See, when you know why you're doing something, I like to call it emotional whys. When you like to know why you're doing something, it gives you the impetus that you need to excel and manifest your greatness. See, it's possible that some people in here today aren't in alignment with their true passions. You have to do that. However, while you are here, you still have to manifest your individual greatness so that you can become who you need to be right now, so that you can improve how you should be in the future. Now, I want to talk about a concept called the holistic approach. Often we overlook these particular things. Who is familiar with the concept of the holistic approach? Okay.
Yeah.
Now, this involves 5 primary domains, and you need to really get this point, because this is going to be key for some motivation. So that involves your spiritual, your mental or cognitive, your emotional, your social, and your physical. Okay? So if any one of these things are off balance, it affects your mood. So what type of things are you feeding your mind? Remember I said the theme, we're going to talk about the mind first, is the art of sowing. Let me ask you this. Now picture this. Picture some nice soil here, with sunlight, and I'm planting some apple seeds right here. You know, and I water it, you know, it's probably gonna grow, right? Now picture over here, just concrete, no sunlight, and I throw the seeds down here. Which one do you think is gonna grow? Your mind is the same way. It doesn't matter how great of a plan you have, if your mind doesn't have the proper fertilization, the seeds won't grow. See, when I say the truth is incontrovertible, it's indisputable. It doesn't matter how much we talk about numbers. If you're putting that concept in the wrong fertilization or the wrong soil, so to speak, it still won't grow. So we want to talk about the art of sowing. See, the art of selling starts with you. The art of selling starts with you. So what are you putting into your mind? See, when you're putting the wrong fertilization into your own mind, you can only give birth to what you have fed your own self. And what are some of those negative things we can put into our mind? The main thing is not developing the art of becoming obsessed with personal development. Who in here today would settle for $15,000 a year over $150,000? Would anyone do that? No one would do that. But here's the thing. When you get to the point where you can accept whatever amount of money I've made, it's my fault. That is the main key. That is the greatest threat to anyone's success. It is you. It is you. So when you're remodeling your mind, you have to accept that. It's a sum total. You are a genius. You are a genius. You are a genius. You are a genius. You have passions and talents and capabilities within you that if you don't manifest, if you don't see yourself that way, no one else can do it. See, often that's why we're not motivated. We don't know who we are. We're getting up, just going through the motions. But when you wake up with a passion and a purpose, you show up on time. And guess what? How do you change that? You change it by what you feed your mind. You change how you're growing your seeds. So how do we do that? How do we do that in relation to this? Does anyone here feel passionate about this? Does everyone feel passionate about their business? Life insurance.
Yes.
Again, does everyone feel passionate about life insurance?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. You know. Now, did everyone sound excited? No. So here's the thing. We have to look at that. Sometimes we can enjoy something and still not be excited. Because this is what happens. We're not growing. We're not looking for ways to get better. Just think about a relationship. You know, you're dating someone, it's all good in the beginning. You know, then as time goes on, you know, you start becoming roommates sometimes. Why does that happen? Both parties aren't doing the same things that they did in the beginning. They're not doing the same things. So when you're here, when you're remodeling your mind, the first thing when you're at work, people focus on is money. So what you should do, say, okay, this is where I am. This is where I want to be. And what happens after that normally is nothing. It just stays up here. What are the facts showing? See, we have to get past the process. See, when we get to the point where we're obsessed with self-development, then we can grow. So this is what you do to grow in that arena. So what you have to do is, before you go to work, the night before, you sit down, even 5 minutes, we have 5 minutes, examine your goals and say, okay, I don't feel like doing this, even if you do feel that way. See, when you're honest with yourself, now you can get down to why you don't feel like doing it. Going back to the holistic approach, it could be an argument you just had with a spouse. It could be TV that you're watching. It could be just your environment. It could be a lack of not having physical strength. So when you think about the holistic approach, everything is connected. Sometimes you may want to do better, but you don't feel good. So when you think about everything, look at how you're treating yourself. You know, this is the only vehicle you're going to get. And remember, at any moment, we could lose this vehicle. So do you really love yourself? Develop a health plan. Develop a health plan. You know, you can't grow more if you're planting the same seeds. So as an example, going back to the illustration, so I want to grow several trees, but I've only planted 2 seeds right here, but I want this thing to go all the way down, but I'm not feeding anymore. So I'm not getting better. So you're not getting better, you don't have anything to look forward to. Just like in a relationship. The relationship is dormant. You have nothing to look forward to. So that's why we don't have motivation sometimes. We're not asking ourselves, how can I get better? What can I do to become better? So that's the things you need to ask yourself, because at the end of the day, if you don't do that, all these, numbers going through the process and this, that, you won't want to do it. You're not going to look forward to it because you're not excited. So that's what you have to do immediately, every night. Okay, this is what I need to do. This is what set some goals. Not just company goals, your personal goals. Remember, this is your vehicle. This is your vehicle. So set your personal goals. This is where I want to be. If my life ended today, I want to have this done, that done, because it's not guaranteed. So start focusing on those things. And I like to also talk about this concept when it comes to trying to move forward. You have to change up your environment. Now let's talk about that a little bit. Think about a GPS. Think about 3 GPSs. And you plug in the same coordinates for those 3 GPSs. 3 different coordinates, rather. Do you think that you can arrive at a destination by trying to follow 3 GPSs that has 3 different directions all at the same time? Do you think that's possible? You got 3 GPSs, all have different, you're trying to get to one particular location by following all 3 of these GPSs. Do you think anyone can really do that? No. Here's the thing. What causes a GPS to malfunction when it loses its satellite signal? Now think about that illustration and compare it to your life's GPS. When your life starts to malfunction, it's your environment. When it starts to malfunction, who's putting negative stuff into your ear? Are you doing it yourself? See, when you look at goals and you're not achieving your particular goals, it doesn't motivate you to keep doing it. So that's why it's so important that when you say, I'm going to make 40 phone calls, you have to do it simply because it's a victory. When you have small victories, it motivates you to keep going. And then once you keep going, you're going to start seeing little seeds of growth, and then it's going to feed off of that. And you start having a purpose. See, what happens is we have to take control of our own environment. See, Lauren should never be the person that's setting your life goal. It has to be you. And when we do that, guess what? We got this GPS, this one, but we have our heart's map. If you think about a literal map, if your GPS stopped working, guess what? That still don't mean you can't get where you need to be, because you have a map. You'll start looking for alternative methods. You're not going to say, well, my GPS ain't working no more. I guess that's it. But you've already traveled this far. So you got to start using your brain. Okay, how do you're going to pull over, ask for directions. That's how life is. See, when you're trying to take your life or your heart's map into a direction that's not even congruent with that, you don't feel fulfilled. Your life's GPS has to be your own individual coordinates, and only you can put that in. When you're happy about something, you're going to be excited. Even if this is not your final stop in life, you have to understand this. Whatever habit you have right now is going to transfer into whatever things you're doing in the future. So ask yourself this. Now, you're thinking about that dream job that you have, and if it's not there, stop. With your current work ethic that you have here, would it manifest greatness in another field? So you're planting 2 seeds here, and you want all this stuff. Can you take that same concept into another field and plant 2 little seeds in the wrong soil and expect it to grow? You're going to be exactly the same. So this is why it's so important that while you're here, every day that you wake up, every day that God gives you the gift to breathe, that you give God a gift. Your gift is how you live your life. It's a total soul reflection of you. So when we think about keys to unlocking our motivation, we have to ask ourselves, we can't just do it once. We have to keep doing it over and 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 over again. So when you check yourself, if you're not getting better, it's because you're not changing your mindset. You haven't accepted the reality that you are a genius. Let me ask you this. Someone mentioned Einstein earlier. If someone truly believed that they had the mind of Einstein, don't you think they would show it? And you do. And you do, in your own unique talent. Everybody has a gift in this room. There's no one person that does not have a gift in this room. Now, I want to use this analogy. You know, and a lot of you are familiar with cars. You know about horsepower. Okay? I want to use two 2017 GT Mustangs. They both have 250 horses. Exact same car. It's the exact same car. However, it's a V8 engine. It takes premium gas. Okay? So, John puts premium gas in his car. Bill puts unleaded gas in his car. He continues to do that. The other guy, he gets all changed. He keeps up with the maintenance. Although it's the same engine, so other guy's putting the proper gas in his car and another one isn't. Whose car is going to run more efficiently? Although it's the same engine, it's going to be the guy who's putting the proper fuel and changing his oil. And that's how you are. See, your engines and your brains are really exactly the same. But the person that says, okay, let me make my phone calls, let me read this, let me figure out how I can get to the top. And in all honesty, everyone present here today should shoot for the top of the food chain. So what is the top of the food chain here? What is that here? So if you see yourself down here, I'm just going to do the bare minimum, you're going to stay down there. You can't, this is so true, you can't manifest something into reality that there's not a reflection of how you see yourself. If you see yourself down here, so you got to elevate you. So now you have something to look forward to. You know, I'm not just down, I'm up here. I'm Einstein, baby. So that's why it's so important to say, I am a genius. So when you're telling yourself the wrong stuff, well, man, you know, if I was smarter, you can't do those type of things. So moving forward, when you think about the process of your goals, when you really think about the process of your goals, every single day, start writing down your goals, your individual goals. If you can't invest 5 minutes into yourself, how are you going to become a magnificent seller? 5 minutes. These are my goals for today. I'm going to look at it before I go to sleep. I'm going to wake up and look at my goals. Find something that you can do that's different. For example, if you normally get to work 10 minutes early, get there 15 minutes early. You'll be amazed how something so simple changes the remodeling of your whole structure. Start looking at the TV programs that you're watching. Start saying, well, how much do I actually know about this agency? How much do I know about it? What can I say differently? What can I do differently? So those are the things you have to start asking yourself. You know, you have to do a self-analysis of yourself. Say, well, okay, within the past 2 or 3 weeks, have I gotten better? Then look at yourself, look at my numbers. Okay, I have not gotten better. Why haven't I gotten better? You're going to always start with the seeds that you're planting in your own mind. How can you get better if you're not taking in new information? Is that logical to think that a plant is going to grow if I don't water it? I don't do anything else to it. So what's growing in your mind? What's growing in your mind? Everybody here should be at the top, and this agency should always be number one. But it starts with everybody that's here today. So as I'm concluding this, I really want you to accept the full reality that wherever you are in your life, you've traveled there. Stop putting other people's coordinates into your life's GPS. Take full control of the wheel. Take full control of who you are. Tomorrow isn't guaranteed. You should be obsessed with greatness, you know, because that's what people in sales do. They're obsessed with greatness. The fact that you're in sales means that you see yourself in another way. You don't want the secure way. You want to take life on and be in control of your own destiny. However, just because you know how to do something doesn't mean you're doing it well. So when we try to do it well, we have to first become obsessed with developing ourselves, hold ourselves to a personal standard. I didn't hit my goals today. That's no longer acceptable. That's how it has to feel. If you don't feel that way, you're never going to get to the top. I can promise you that. I didn't hit my goals today. Here's the thing. You earn the right to sleep. You earn the right to sleep. So if I've set my goals, I'm not going to bed until it's done. I'll sleep when it's done. That should be your mindset moving forward. And if you do that, I can promise you this. Every aspect in your life from a holistic approach, about investing in your health, how you treat your body. Do you go to sleep at a good time? Are you exercising? There's food and nutrients you feed yourself. Your spirituality, even if you don't believe in God, whatever belief system that you have dictates how you feel. When you look at your performance, it doesn't motivate you if you're not getting better. And then what we like to do sometimes, we start looking around at other people, and it's us. It's us. It is you. 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 So hold yourself to the responsibility. So this is what I want everyone to do. This is the only exercise I want you to do for this particular setting. When you get home today at some point, say, as an example, Isaac, where are you in life right now? Where are you? Are you where you want to be? Is this it for me? Is this something that I could brag about? Is this it? And then when I look at it, say, okay, I'm not where I want to be. What do I need to do to achieve the goals that I want? So, okay, what do I need to do at this agency in life? Okay, well, this is what I'm going to start doing. This one small goal, I'm not doing this one small thing. It could be something as simple as sending all my emails. I'm going to make sure I do that. I'm going to consistently do that every single time. Then I'm going to move on to the next thing. See, sometimes we're struggling in 10 things and we try to do it all at once and it makes us feel like failures. Don't do 10 things. Focus on that one thing at a time. I got to do this well, then I'll move on. So just what you do, find something that you can improve in your personal life and at work that you're not doing well, and just focus on that one thing, and then move on to the next thing. And then hold yourself to this standard. Again, wherever you currently are, you've taken yourself there. You've taken yourself there. You chose this destination. And if you don't like the destination, just simply reroute. Put new coordinates into your GPS. Take control of it. Recognize that you are a genius. And that's it. And when you do that, you will manifest your greatness, and you will remodel your mind, and you will really unleash unstoppable self-belief. That's all I got for you today.
Thank you, Isaac.
All right.
Thank you. Anybody have any questions? I'm trying to think if I have any.
Any questions on how to really, really unlock your inner motivation? Staying motivated is hard. I know it's hard.
We a group of us went to that little class last week, last Friday, and I feel like doing that to get together and learning more and doing a lot of those things that you're talking about. Learning more about how we can get better. I feel a huge difference this week. Do y'all?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, it's exciting, and I'm having fun, and watching everybody succeed, and it's watching appointments getting set and all that stuff. So I think you hit the nail on the head. We gotta keep growing for sure.
Well, just remember that the truth, there it is. It won't lie to you. It's not as objective. So just look at that. That's a sign that you're getting better. So just accept that. You have to really be obsessed with being great. You really have to be obsessed with being great, and that takes a while to fully develop that concept. But that's an essential principle for anyone that's gonna be at the top of the food chain. How you see yourself. So if you're not getting better, then something is going on. It's not just understanding the process all the time. That means nothing. A lot of people know what to do and they still don't do it. They don't know their purpose. When you get to the point where this has to happen, like a life or death thing, then you start doing stuff. Like you're not playing. There ain't no tomorrow. This has to happen now. And that's how you have to have a sense of urgency when you're at work and you start enjoying it. Your value goes up on how you see yourself. So anyway.
Thank you, Isaac. Thank you again.
All right.
Thanks, Isaac.
All right.